Do you ever watch something like a TV show and it is something that you're trying to enjoy, like you think you could like it, but there's just one person in the cast, like one character that you cannot stand. Someone that just absolutely grinds your gears. And you try and look past it, but there's just that one character is just someone that you don't think that you're going to be able to tolerate enough to actually enjoy the show. But you try, because everything else about the show for you is enjoyable. For the most part. And so you might go on to like Reddit or, a similar site like that, just to see if anyone else has the same opinion as you, just to see, am I the only one that is bothered by this character? Am I the only one that absolutely cannot stand this character? And you find other like-minded people, and you feel kind of vindicated, right? Because, hey, there are other people who dislike this character too, not just me. Awesome, I'm not a crazy person. You go on those sites and you surround yourself with those like-minded people, and as I said, you feel vindicated. My dislike of this person isn't entirely, unfounded. I'm not just projecting or being a crazy person or... Oh, you thought I was talking about him? No. I'm talking about him. I hate this character so much. Did you ever dislike a character so much that it transcends the actor or the actress, that you actively start disliking the performer because of it? That's this guy. I hate the character of Howard on The Big Bang Theory. Absolutely hate. That is me being polite. I do not like the character of Howard at all. Now, people don't like Sheldon. Bring him back. People don't like Sheldon. I get it. I do. That had I not had like real world experience living with someone who was on the spectrum, that maybe he would annoy me too. But I've lived with someone for, over 10 years who has Asperger's. It's how their brain operates, right? And they can't help it. And I think that Jim Parsons, for the most part, does a good job of handling the character of Sheldon with respect, Is it kind of a caricature? Yes. But at least it's a better portrayal than a lot of what we see in Hollywood. Like take that Predators movie, for example. So I think for the subject matter being sensitive, and for the character like that kind of being uncharted territory in popular media, as far as that goes, someone that's won awards for playing the character, I think Jim Parsons does a fine job with the character of Sheldon. Sheldon does not bother me. I can see why he would, though. I can see why he does bother people. But no one in the cast bugs me as much as that guy. Now, Penny can get on my nerves. And Leonard is... I don't want to speak ill of Johnny Galecki, but I've never really liked him as an actor. Yeah, never really been a big, huge fan of him as an actor, as a performer. But the guy that plays Howard, Simon, I believe his name is, oh my God. He is just whiny, he is entitled, he is immature, he doesn't deserve Bernadette. And yeah, I was told by some people that know that I don't like him, that he has a character arc, and he gets better. He's not as disgusting and gross and creepy. He's a freaking creep. And I can't with him. I can't. The character arc to me, from what I've seen, wasn't that great. He became a dad, but he still has to be coerced into doing things. Or he is selfish, and I have a lot of problems with the character of Howard. It is so extreme that it has actively made me dislike the actor that plays him. And that's not fair. He does a fine job of playing a man-child. It is a case of someone being so good at what they do that it actively detracts from what they're doing. And yeah, I don't like Howard at all. I've tried to look past it. I can't. I eventually have to turn the show off, which isn't just due to him. He's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because I've tried a few times to watch the show. I make it a few seasons in, and it becomes old hat. If you watch the show without the laugh track, it is almost as creepy as Howard, but not quite. But yeah, I don't like Big Bang Theory, mostly because of this character. But that's not all. There's another show. Might seem a little silly, and I get it. This is 100% me kind of being a petty you-know-what. But another character that I absolutely cannot stand, that actively ruins the show for me, is this character. It's a cartoon, but I don't care. I try, because I like King of the Hill. As a show, I do, but good God. She is so oblivious. She is so judgmental. She's so nearsighted. And if I talk about her for too long, I will get riled up. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But yeah, I actively dislike the character of Peggy Hill so much. Which kind of sucks because the rest of the cast is fine. Like, yeah, Hank can be kind of annoying sometimes, but, you know, it doesn't bother me that much. And I always liked Luann. Like, I love Brittany Murphy, you know, God rest her soul. So I've always had a soft spot for Luann. And Bobby's just awesome. But Peggy, I don't like her at all. And that might not be a popular opinion, and that's fine. But it is what it is. Which brings us to another character that I absolutely cannot stand. And this one is going to be controversial. Because this character is beloved, however you want to say it, by a lot of people. I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, and that's fine, Like, I'm sure that some people have a soft spot for the character of Howard. I don't see why. And people might dislike Sheldon more than Howard. That's fine. And I know I'm probably alone on my island when it comes to Peggy Hill. But I know for sure, this next character is going to be one that people will get mad at me about. And that is Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I cannot stand him at all. Andrew Lincoln does a fantastic job in the role. No arguments there. So I don't fault Andrew Lincoln's portrayal at all. He nails it. He's such a damn good actor. What I don't like is how they write the character. Rick Grimes should not have been leader of the group after season 2. He should have been overthrown as leader then. But I kept trying. I kept trying to watch it. I haven't liked Rick Grimes from early on. And you might ask why. Okay, well, I find him to be a massive narcissist. By the time we got to this isn't like a democracy, you know, it's a dictatorship or whatever, I was beyond done with this guy. What irritates me about him is that he's written in such a way that, how can I word it? 90% of the time, whenever things work out for him, it's just like, it just so happened to work out. He lucks into things, and the writers want you to think that luck is skill. Granted, that's a thing that the billionaire class has been doing to us for years, fooling people into thinking that luck is skill. But as far as the character of Rick Grimes goes, my God, my arthritis is starting to act up. Think about when they arrived at that town. I think it was Alexandria. Maybe it's been a minute. I think it was season 5. They're like, we're gonna take over the town. If they won't give it to us, we'll take it. And I'm like, F you, dude. Like, Rick Grimes is such a prick. And I hate that he got a redemption arc. I hate it. And I tolerated him for a long ass time. There was just a point where I was like, you know what? I am done with this show. I am absolutely done with this show. And that is when they killed off Carl. Or Coral, if you don't know how to say your own son's name right. Yeah, once they killed off Carl, I was done. The fact that the most annoying character on the show got to live longer Then one of the best characters on the show, the character that should have taken over the group, you kill him off. This is gonna turn into a Walking Dead rant, but no. It applies, because that's when I just kind of was just kind of like, okay, no, there's no reason for me to keep watching. Like, I loved Michonne. I loved Michonne so much. Just fantastic all around. Even she wasn't enough to save the show. Guess who just did up? I did. Which brings us to the last, and certainly least, character. This one goes back. This one goes back. I f***ed this up. I have to try and fix it. This is the OG, as the kids used to say. This is another one that might not be as controversial as the last one, but ow, if you are of a certain age, if you were alive in the 90s, you remember a little show called Friends. Some of you know where this is going. And in that show, you had a decent ensemble cast that was pretty adept at playing the characters they were hired to do. But in the show, there was one person that was head and shoulders above all others, annoying as shit, and actively ruined the show. And this is, like, this goes back. We're going back a long time. And it might come as no surprise to some of you, but that character is this guy. I hate Ross so much. He is, as said, the original. He is the absolute, hands down, worst character possibly of all time for me. But the character of Ross, holy shit, just a spineless one. His voice, just. We talked about the character of Howard making me not like the actor that much. He is not the prototype. This guy is. This guy is the original. So mind-numbingly irritating to the point I don't understand how anyone could possibly like him. That's unfortunate. All right, I'm done trying to make this work. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how anyone could like him. He is just absolutely irritating and just the freaking whiniest person. How, on what planet does a character like that even get in the same galaxy as Rachel? How? But he's a nice guy. No, he's not. He's a massive ball of neurosis and irritation. Like, just his voice, just everything. And I tried for years. I tried to look past it. Because other characters I liked. I love Phoebe. Phoebe is awesome. Lisa Kudrow is fantastic. I liked Chandler a lot. Matthew Perry did a great job. God rest his soul as well. Joey was fine. You know, he was the bumbling dumb guy. He played it very well. Monica, I could take her or leave. She didn't really bother me. But Ross, oh, brother. Ow, 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 ow. When you're talking and you do it wrong. But what's amusing to me is that in some capacity, everyone from the cast went on to have like a decent movie career, right? Outside of the show. Almost, not everybody, but almost. Jennifer Aniston had a pretty damn big movie career. Courtney Cox had a very decent movie career. Lisa Kudrow hasn't been in a lot of stuff that I've seen personally, but she was in Romeo and Michelle, so all is forgiven. That was an awesome movie. Matthew Perry had a pretty damn good movie career as well. But David Schwimmer, if he was in some, I didn't see it, and I don't know about it. So I'm going to pretend that he really didn't. I'm sure I could go to IMDb right now, and I could look up stuff that he's been in. And maybe he's been in stuff that I've seen, and I just blocked it out of my head because he is that annoying of a character. Because the character of Ross just absolutely ruined everything about him for me. And I've tried. Let it not be said that I did not try. Without fail, I can get to about season 5 of Friends before I absolutely just want to like punch the TV, which I'm obviously not going to do. And maybe I'm overreacting. Like, I can concede on some of these. Like, some of these, it's just hard to put it into words that might make sense, especially if you like the person. Like, people love Rick Grimes. They put him on a pedestal. So I imagine that one's going to be hard for people to look past. And fair play. I get it. So yes, these are 4 characters that I cannot stand at all, that actively ruined the shows that they're on. You might dislike like Big Bang Theory. It's got to be an overlapping one for a lot of us, but I know more people obviously dislike Sheldon. And obviously, this is all just opinion. Opinions are not facts. I'm not saying that because I dislike these people means you have to as well, or anyone else does. I realize that. I'm probably in the minority on at least one of these for sure. But what about you? Do you have a show that you liked, or wanted to like, but there was just one character that just dragged it down and you had to stop watching? I have stopped watching every single one of these shows. Not 100% because of the characters, that's with The Walking Dead. The other 3, yeah, pretty much. But what about you? Do you have similar mindset as to, you know, this kind of train of thought? Do you think I'm a crazy person? Maybe I am. I try not to be. And if you're wondering what this was about, I wanted to put some green poster board into a frame for an idea I have, and frames for these cost like 30 bucks for this size that the poster board is. Minimum. I even looked on Temu, 30 bucks. I don't have 30 bucks. What I did have was some cardboard, some duct tape, and a box cutter. I used to be a maverick with duct tape. I would make like duct tape purses, duct tape bags, duct tape backpacks, duct tape wallets. I used to like be really into making stuff with duct tape. You can't tell. But you know what? DIY if you can. So yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully I didn't trigger anyone too much. And if you're wondering why I did a portion of that in relative silence for me, I have arthritis. It was acting up, so I wanted to focus on doing that. Because cutting that was treacherous, but you have to like, you know, and yeah. So don't get old, kids. It's not fun. It's not fun. So I'm gonna go take some ibuprofen and old man myself upstairs and take this with me and keep an eye out for this in a future video. All right.